I received this JetStream lightbar in the condition you see it. It's a Chicago Police Department model. That means there's a couple things about it that are different. It has a polished metal center section. It has the beat tag holder on top, which does not have a beat tag or sign in it. It also has rear brake and turn signals, which are tied into the vehicles. The bar will be tagged internally as a CPD model. I received it in what I would describe as good internal shape, but very poor domes. In this video, I'm just going to take the domes off after displaying the features a little bit with the bad domes on, and I'm going to swap the domes for a slightly less destroyed pair, and I'm also going to put new JetStream name tags on the end of the domes. Those were in pretty poor shape. After the new domes are on and while the domes are off, I'll go through a few features, and when we're done, the bar will be in restorable condition, not restored, but usable and displayable, whereas now I think the domes and their condition make the bar prohibitive to being actually displayed. So we'll go through the features, pull the domes off, replace those, and we'll get started. Well, in no way, shape, or form should this be construed as a restoration. I literally just took shattered domes off, moved the inserts to some slightly less destroyed domes. I'm going to put them back on. But before that, I'll power it up with the domes off. I do happen to have some slightly less destroyed JetStream name placards, which I will put on there. Again, not really restoration, just more of a putting it back to a restorable state. So we'll throw those on there with them. The old ones were not in great shape. Taking a quick look at what's in here, you've got two front, two rear strobes on each side, an end strobe which has the filter on it, an alley light, a takedown light, and a brake light. That's mirrored on the other side. You can see the federal power supply there. And really, that's pretty much it. I will zoom in on this logo here so you can read that it is a Chicago bar. Actually see the date code, and those of you that are federal gurus, you can tell me what the date code means if you want. So there is your CPD label and your federal date code, and we can kind of do a little bar tour looking at the strobes, the brake light, the other strobe, the end cap area, which has got the alley light and the filter on the strobe, the front, which is pretty much a mirror image. But again, everyone who wants to see that CPD logo, and then of course here's your beat tag, which I do not have the correct tag for it, but I'm going to wipe that down. We'll get this area, the center section, which is not a typical center section, we'll get that cleaned up and wiped down as well. Get this beat tag so that I can start talking to people about restoring a beat tag. Other than that, I'm going to put this thing back together and wipe it down, and we'll go from there. Let's power it up with the quote-unquote cleaned domes on. See what we get. Right now we have the strobes fully functioning, and I do have the rear brake and turn lights both activated. Those would be turn signals or brake lights. I have not put on the alleys or takedowns. They tend to wash out the video. Video doesn't necessarily capture all of the strobe firings. I promise you they are all firing as they should. The quad flash and then the rapid rate and then the low power that I cycled through earlier, they do work as intended. It's just not really able to be caught on video very well. Chicago Police Department JetStream lightbar. Not restored, never claiming it was, but lenses that aren't smashed have been placed on it, and it is ready to be backburnered so I can work on something else. I no longer feel like it is destroyed.